Namaste tribe, it's your boy Rod Off. Today I'm just gonna be, doing a little bit of workout, some yoga, and watching Flight Boss Bitch, for sure. If you don't know about him, I definitely check him out. His name on YouTube would be Dolo, the Pilot Man. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. First video we're gonna be watching is Trap Spirits and Tarot Cards.
Flight Boss, bitch, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind Eminent Terry's Moon. Flight Boss, the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're gonna talk about. Now, I was asked the question, and I just actually went through my videos, and I just realized I really ain't got no video on this topic, and that's kind of weird. But yeah, this was the question I was asked. The question I was asked was, Flight Boss, why you never talk about tarot cards and what's your perspective on them, and have you ever had any done? I'm not gonna finish reading the rest of it or whatever like that because it's kind of alluding to if it worked or not. But you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna push any negative energy out. But for the most part, we want to talk about tarot cards. Now, I think everything could be used as a tool. Everything could be used as a tool to benefit what you got going on, especially if you're spiritually inclined and you're consciously aware and subconsciously aware. You know what I'm saying? So everything has a positive and a negative side to it. Everything has an attraction and a magnetic side, and a pushing out forceful side to it. So, it really highly depends on who's actually giving the reading or things of that nature, because that's the only time it can kind of be led into any type of negative area of life. You see what I'm saying? So overall, I think everything is cool, you know what I'm saying? As far as my outlook on it. Now, why I personally don't talk about it, now, here's the first question I'm going to answer now. Now, me personally, why I don't specifically get into tarot card readings and things of that nature, because a lot of times, now I have nothing against it. Now, so if you are a person who do tarot cards, or you are a person who got a tarot card reading, same as she did, or you are a person who's trying to get into it, I'm not preventing you from doing it, or I'm not telling you to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm just giving you why me personally. Not to say that you have to believe what I'm saying or anything, it's just me personally. But if you're spiritually inclined and you're consciously aware, there's a lot of spiritually inclined people on the internet that's consciously aware enough and that know what they're doing. So you don't have nothing to worry about when you come across those people. But for the most part, just give you my personal opinion. Now, when we talk about tarot cards, now a lot of times, now this part is not an opinion to me. A lot of the oversouls and things that I be attacked by and things that I be attacking be represented on these cards, because let's not get this mistaken when we talk about tarot cards. This is third party energy. This is third hand, second hand, hand-me-down energy. For an example, back in my spiritual day, when we took on fleshly bodies before a lot of these civilizations that y'all are aware of, we would look at things like this. We would look at these kind of things as divination. Because once you know, as spirits, we would tell people to pay attention to the signs and stars. Once a person take that information and utilize it for themselves and put themselves in a circumstance, in a situation where it's they're telling you the representation of what you already have access to means, then that's when things could get kind of sticky, kind of dry. Because here's what's happening. Back in the day, we'd look at it like this. There'd be it was a certain moon phase going on at that time. And it may be a person who set 4 rocks on the ground, right? And they catch all these new imaginations and feelings when this moon phase happened. Now, this person will go into the land, right? And go preach or teach this to others, saying, okay, when the moon phase does this, when I had this set of rocks on the ground or whatever like this, I was received this feeling, this emotions and things of that nature. And for anyone else to understand their feeling when that time of the day come across, they would have had to go through this person. And this person was just purely giving them their own perception of the overall perception, where everybody had the ability, everybody felt that energy that person felt, but the person added science, he added the rocks to it. You see what I'm saying? He added a certain lineage, logical pattern to it, to the point that it became a structured system. And we know stars always move. Things always move. When we talk about tarot cards and things of that nature, that's fixated. You know, once you shuffle up a card and put out a bunch of cards, that's fixated, is fixed in a shape. The signs is fixed. Now, when we look at signs and sigils and events and things and concepts and ideas, these are spirits. These are spiritual beings. So we used to look at things like if you're already into astrology, that's like kind of like the end game. You know what I'm saying? The tarot card was for people who didn't quite understand the stars, but they had their own perception on it. You see what I'm saying? So it was almost like divination. You know what I'm saying? How we kind of looked at it in certain type of ways. Also, you have to understand, when you get spiritually inclined, you have to understand that concepts and ideas and things of that nature are spirits. So, for an example, say I was doing a tarot card reading, right? And somebody was to ask me, Flight Boss, I just lost my job. And I just lost my job. Would I get another job? And how soon would it be? And I say I go ahead and shuffle up this card deck, right? And then I go ahead and lay a card out, right? Now, the card is going to represent what? A certain idea, a certain concept, a certain structure. It may be a 5 of Cups, 6 of Wands, you know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. Now, it's going to Now, what I'm going to have to do is extract the imagination, extract the idea, extract the feeling and vibration out of it. And if I'm a psyche or something like that, then I have to filter that information the best way I can through me in order to give you the concept of if you're going to get another job or not. So you see what just actually happened, not what you think you're doing. Think about the actual energy that just happened. You just took a spirit. You let something outside of you, an external spirit, give you an idea on what you supposed to think with your own spirit about this person getting the job or not, and then you give this information to this person. So it's like hand-me-down information. And then if you're spiritually inclined or consciously aware enough, then you have to come to the conclusion and understand, like, where the fuck did that spirit come from? Let's just say this is a tarot card right here, and you see the chick in the middle, right, and her on a pole, swinging around and shit, right? Now let's just say I didn't give you all kind of information in the world about you getting a job or not, based upon me extracting information from a third party spirit. Now, where the fuck did that spirit come from? You see what I'm saying? Now I should know better, because now I could be leading you in the wrong path. How did I know if that wasn't a spirit that utilized tarot cards to come through psyches to go through them to use people as vessels, as experiences for people who don't know, who go to psyches, who go for tarot card readings? How do I know that spirit, those spirits that's encapsulated in these cards, ain't just spirits, lost spirits that's trapped, that use psyches to filter through them to use lost people as vessels and to experience again? So how do I know that ain't a spirit that want to experience being into a vessel that don't have a job? And then that spirit, and then me just telling you that I could be leading you down a path that your original spirit may not even want to experience. Then your soul go way down in a sunken place, looking from things from afar, based upon what I have told you from a fucking third party source. And where the fuck did that spirit come from? And then you have to understand this too. If you're consciously aware and subconsciously aware, if you do any of your research on on tarot cards and the tarot card meanings, then you will see that the meanings always represent something. You'll have a sun card, a moon card. So you'll have a woman or a man on the card representing the energy of the sun. So these already are prophet cards, and being a prophet is false by definition, because a prophet comes in representation of something not of itself. So it's false by definition. So when you look at tarot cards, that's basically what it is. It's a representation of access you already have access to, of energies you already have access to. You can go out and look at the sun and vibrate with the sun and know the sun energy. So if you was to pull a sun card out on someone, you shouldn't have no deity telling you what this energy should represent. Then you have to. This is why when you get a tarot card reading of things, and this was kind of her problem. This is why when you get a tarot card reading, things get fuzzy, things get blurry. It kind of make you feel like, did this make sense, or am I not spiritually inclined enough to understand? Or, this is why you start to have those ideas, because that's the energetic force your soul is in a vibration of unsureness. Everything. So you have to understand everything from a universal law. You're not feeling in certain ways because you lack something. No, all your chakras and third eyes always lit. Always, none of them is calcified. You only calcify it based upon what you choose to pay attention to. So if you choose to pay attention to feeling like I might not be wise enough to understand what's going on, you start to build up concepts and things and get into lostness. Start to think you need to learn more and things of that nature, when really, this is what you need to understand. If you was in that energy, frequency, vibration to begin with, I don't think that was truly right, or it might have. If you was in that to begin with, that's because that's the frequency vibration you received from getting that shit. That's where that came from. That energy came from unsureness, not knowing if this right or not, or whatever like that. So when you received it, that's the energy you picked up. So you see what I'm saying? You know, we in a society right now where they're pushing everybody's soul left brain, that it'll make you logically think something's wrong with you when you feel certain ways. You'll start to feel like something wrong with you when you think certain ways, when you don't understand certain things and things of that nature. No, that's just because, like, for an example, even with a scientist, they come out with some new particle or something like that, like they got the Higgs boson, the God particle, but nobody understands it, right? It's not that you not learning enough and you need to go to school for 100,000 years and go where they at so you can get a clear understanding. That's not what it is. What you need to understand is the simple fact that you picked up that frequency vibration to begin with is because where that energy came from, where it got pushed out from in the lab, where they putting that together, they unsure what the fuck this shit is. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's in it. So when you pick it up and receive it, you know what I'm saying? Just like when somebody know what they talking about, I don't care if they're using the right words or not. You're gonna have a sense they know what they talking about, because the energy where it came from, which is them, in their mind, in their head, and what they have seen, they have accumulated the energy of knowing what they talking about. So when you receive the energy, I don't care if you don't speak their language or you don't do the same thing they do or not, you always going to pick up the frequency vibe. You always going to pick up the vibration that come with that frequency. You always going to pick up the waters that come with that gas. You see what I'm saying? You always going to pick up the liquid with that space. So when it hits you, you're going to be like, man, I don't understand what this person's saying, but man, it feel like I know what they talking about. Because they do. You see what I'm saying? It's all energy. You got to understand. That's universal law. That's universal energy. Once you understand that, you will be able to see through everything. So I say that to say this. If you are into tarot card readings and you watch Archangel Uriel, or you are a person who already spiritually inclined, then you already get what I'm saying. So you already prepared. You already know what you're doing. So you already know what you're doing. You already know, okay, if I pull this card, I know not to say everything that's coming to my head that come from this card, because everything that all these spirits ain't even adjustable to the situation that this person is trying to know from me. So let me cancel out, cause friction with a bunch of those spirits coming and thoughts coming to me, and let me analyze it in this way to tell this person. Okay, and boom, boom. That's a good tarot card reading. That's a good psyche right there. You know what I'm saying? But you'll be able to know the difference if you're getting a reading and you watch Archangel Uriel. See what I'm saying? Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn. Air.
Ooh.
Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure.
All right, so I'm pretty sure y'all know, y'all felt what he was dropping, you know, the knowledge and everything. He know what he talking about, you know what I'm saying? That's Flight Boss, you know, Archangel Uriel, you know what I'm saying? This nigga don't be playing. Ooh, it's no more time for games, you feel me? Like, it's no more time, like, everybody out here working. Everybody. No matter what age, what category, we working. You already know, Honest Balanced Vibrations, love y'all tribe, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep working. I know y'all out there working too. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, you know, share, whatever you trying to do, just do you though. Honest and Balanced Vibration.